Wonder how much longer I have to go. Broken lever. Okay. Never noticed that before.
If I turn it around, it might fit. Maybe if I jam it in. On second thought, that won't work.
How do you know it won't work? Can I combine it with something for it to work?
Yeah, it's official. I'm losing my mind. Nobody got time for this. Hadley needs to get her head checked.
Okay. Now can it work? Cool. It's done something. Yeah.
Holy Toledo.
Look what happened last time I pulled a lever. Ugh.
I'll be darned. Like cracking open a lobster. I think I'm gonna hurl.
Never did like seafood.
Ugh. I think I'll be giving it a skip going forward.
And why was I needing to do that?
I can do this.
I can reach him now, so...
Whoa!
And he disappeared. Uh... Uh... Okay. I've got no mouse. Something's happening.
That was nasty.
Yeah. Very, very, very nasty. Now I can... Stasis pod. Kneeling stone idol. Can't go over there. Shrine room. Maybe the stasis pod. That's where CAYNE's supposed to be, isn't it?
Speak of the devil.
What do you see?
CAYNE.
Yep.
I think this is Henry CAYNE.
Hendry is dead.
Well, hallelujah then. He's here.
Alive?
In stasis. Yes, yes. I know you're in there. Trust me. I know. You don't have to remind me. I can feel you, all right?
Healing children. Cryo unit. So that's...
Relax. Take months for you to thaw out.
got all the 3 parts I need. That one and that one, they're the last 2 I need. I can't see anywhere I can go. They're just the candles. Can't go out that way, can't go back down the way I came.
Hadley needs to get her head checked.
To do something, but what? Feels like I'm completely stuck. Why didn't it show I could go down there? I can leave through here now. Okay, that's that door. Now I can go in this one. That's not where I wanted to go. I thought that was the PDT printing room. Obviously it's not. Okay, it's up there. I need to go down here.
Brains.
Hi, friend. I'm well.
Helps if I do this first.
Template PDT accepted.
Awesome. Glad I don't have to touch that again.
Yeah. Pretty gross. And that one.
Cryoregulator accepted.
Defrosted.
What's with that face there? Is that reflection from this face?
Printing. Oh,
Woo!
wonderful. Your PDT has been printed. Oopsie. An incorrect cryoregulator has been used. An overload is imminent. Goodbye.
Uh, well. Uh-oh.
Okay. The security system is reset. The elevator should be open, and I have a PDT.
Excellent. Yes. I can hear the alert. You must be close.
PDA. You again. More heap of more entries. January 27th. That effing B. I mean, I get it. She's John's daughter. She's a big deal or whatever. But I'm a CAYNE, and that spoiled brat needs to know her place. So maybe I'm not her biological mother. Not some nobody gutter whore from the dust colonies. Have I already said this? Yeah, it's the same one I had before. One with the two... Yep, don't need to read that again. Oh yeah, I'm in the same place still. Now where was it that I needed a working PDT?
No, I can't.
What's wrong?
The barrier is torn to pieces.
Be vigilant, Hadley. I'm counting on you.
You can do this. Be brave. You
I
can
think
do this.
there was a
You're
computer,
doing it.
the computer in the first lab place with that suspended body. In this room here. This computer needed the PDT. There we go. Well, I've got the PDT and I can change these, but why do I need to? Might be somewhere that I need to set it to the right temperature and all that later on. Certainly don't right now. All those places seem to have very high.
To my son was to get out there and carve his own name into the world and stop relying on mine.
Did you mean it? Sometimes kids know that their parents say things they don't mean. My mom? The last thing she said to me was that I was the reason she was alone.
Wow.
That I sapped the life out of her from the moment I came into existence.
No, that's not true.
A small part of me knows that. A bigger part doesn't.
Yeah. I been in that door? I don't think I have. I'll go there. Wonder if there's actual combat or whether I can actually die.
Hadley, my dearest little girl, my sweet creature, you're alive.
Do you know me?
Know you? Oh, my girl. Better than you know yourself right now.
Oh,
Adams will suffice. Hadley, you need to go.
no.
And how is the masterpiece inside of you? Healthy, I hope. Growing quickly now, I'm sure. It's nearly time.
What do you mean?
Our baby, Hadley.
Don't talk about my baby. Why did you take me?
You were the right person in the right place at the right time.
Can you help me get out of here?
Stay out of here. Don't worry about getting out. Security will be here soon. They'll set this all right. Just come. Here. This is the safest room in the facility. Here. Closer to me. I don't think so.
He's insane. I can do things. Dr. Adams. Biosuppression cylinder.
Anything out there?
This man, a grotesque violation of genetics, but she is locked away. Joseph managed to lure her behind the loading fence. Quite the action hero, our Joseph. He did die rather spectacularly.
Fence has been ripped open, and your experiment is going to tear us all to pieces.
No. All three of us will be safe very soon. Then we can carry on where we left off.
I said don't talk about my baby.
Is this Adams PDQ? PDA? Yep.
Most of that information may be a little above your head.
Tempted to stick around just to see this place burn.
Yeah. The Day of Love. Not that it means much to a senescent bachelor like me, but oh, an old man can dream, can he not? For old men have nothing but dreams to keep them awake in the sleepy, languorous twilight of their years. One might suppose, and a dream of love is a solve on this chap's unrealized passion. His grief is regret. His regret. This area is loud, I'm sorry. My work in the facility is a different matter entirely. However, CAYNE has already been delivered to us in stasis, and I still haven't succeeded with even a single subject. A most exasperating problem indeed. Not least as this would be only the start of my own ambitions, my own renaissance. Dr. Mullen's research has demonstrated that consciousness is nothing more than a program, a set of equations and instructions and conditional arguments. It can be replicated and it can be transplanted, but much like the body's immune response may reject the transplanted limb, so the body's most basic neural encoding, its inherent sense of self, or what Freud called the ID, may also reject a transplanted consciousness. The question is how to suppress that encoding, how to suppress perhaps the human soul itself. And instead of looking for an answer, instead of solving the predicament of human mortality, I am dreaming of Joseph Bueno eating me, and it's rather arousing. What? March 4. Now here's an intriguing coincidence. I have discovered that a recent but otherwise bureaucratical insignificant employee in the facility is related to CAYNE. The genealogy is tenuous, but definitely established. Could a genetic component be the solution to our problem? Acquisition could be precarious, but a man finds luck where opportunity and preparation meet. And this man could use a bit of luck. I have an opportunity, so now to prepare. April 2nd. Whoa, this one's a long one. Hank is mostly my fault. I'm afraid of the calendar I told him this morning. Why? He asked. Because its days are numbered, I replied. And then I had to explain the joke because Hank is not exactly the most socially sophisticated boy. He's not exactly the most ordinary boy. I should have disposed of him with his host. I know, but I'm modelling, and besides, I'd always wanted a child. I'd always wanted to be a dad. I named him after my own late father, a man I confess I despise for reasons too numerous and humiliating to disclose here. But my colleagues in the lab call him the hobo. I should probably be insulted on his behalf, but I'm not sure I blame them. He might be a kind of ersatz son, but he is undeniably peculiar. Much like me, since adolescence I've been fascinated, no consumed by the prospect of incorporation of two people merging, absorbing and coalescing with each other and becoming one. It's obviously been a tremendous motivation for my ongoing research at the facility, but it's also profoundly personal. If I could transplant an adult's consciousness within an infant subject, it must be possible, with some recalibration, no doubt, but fundamentally not a dissimilar process in theory. To transplant an adult's consciousness with another adult, it would certainly preclude the vulgar, taboo, grisly mess and dubiously esoteric prospects of old-fashioned cannibalism anyway. And Joseph is the sort of man I'd always wished I could be. Elegant, charismatic, generously endowed. I assume he's generously endowed. May 23. CAYNE's project is absurd. The regrowth of all organs is only a temporary solution to the permanent problem of inevitable infirmity, and a most impractical one. Sooner or later, the body itself must be replaced. Whatever his pious pretensions and shrieks of hearsay, he can worship CAYNE all he wants. But science is, as they say, a non-profit organisation. CAYNE is a client, even if he does technically pay our salaries. Our work here is not some occult apostolic devotion. It is legitimate, if maybe not entirely ethical, I'll concede. Medical research for the future prosperity of humanity, or the future prosperity of our facility. In Ralph's case, we're all about maximizing efficiency over here, and we didn't need a health and fitness officer when everybody who works in this lab is already a medical professional. In the meantime, progress on my own special order in exceeding expectations. Joseph has proven rather more resourceful than I'd first imagined, although I'll claim the credit for his extraordinary virility. I've started contriving arrangements for the host's transfer to my lab within the next 2 months or so, with final delivery scheduled just in time for the holidays. Oh, Dr. Adams, for me, you shouldn't have. July 10. We've had a series of accidents in the lab. Actually, I suspect sabotage of some sort. I found some discrepancies in our security access logs, but the joke's on whomever is responsible, because the early termination of our last 2 host batches has provided a convenient subterfuge for the requisition of my own special order. Now I can watch it on the ultrasound monitor 24 hours a day. All other priorities rescinded. Reports of an emergency situation elsewhere in the facility. So December 25th. Although the details are infuriatingly, if unexpectedly, ambiguous, as per official company protocol, I've started the arduous process of backing up my lab work. But if a full evacuation is called, I could lose most crucial progress I've made on the project. Progress which has, in fact, come almost to full term. Okay. Glad.
You can't leave me.
Can't I? Looks like I can. So now I picked up the fire suppression cylinder. That was crew facilities, where the elevator was in the middle of the ground, in the middle of the room, surrounded in fire, stopping me from getting to the other place. Here. That one. There.
Excellent. And I totally knew it was going to do that.
I can't get in there. But it's obviously what I needed to do, because that is now gone.
Nothing. I think that's what scares me. The idea that when we die, there's just nothing.
It's not nothing. Sounds like you have a life most are envious of. You have kids, right? A real family.
Okay.
People know you exist. Real life. Some of us never got off the starting line.
You will have a family soon.
When I die, I want to leave something behind. You have that. I have student debt and a goldfish.
Your legacy is the child inside of you.
This baby deserves more than what I could ever give. Deserves to be part of something. Something bigger than me.